Hello. So today let's talk about why does your headache keep coming back even after painkillers? Now, as an executive mom, you're used to powering through those packed days, navigating those back-to-back meetings, caring for your family, and constantly shifting gears. Now, when headache strikes, you may reach out for those painkillers just to get through. Now, maybe they work for a while, but then what about the headache that keeps coming back again and again? How do you manage that? And you may be wondering, why isn't this just going away? And if you're relying on medication alone, you're likely to be missing the root cause of your headache. Now, it's not just you, busy moms like you um, are told maybe it's all in your head, or you are stressed, or you're not able to focus because of the headache. I mean, there's so much that goes around with everybody's opinions about your headache. So today in this video, let's discuss the basic cause of these recurrent headaches that just don't go away and what can you do about it. So of course, if your headache can be because of multiple reasons, but let's address the headaches that I have seen in my practice, in my own life, and I will tell you the solutions that I came up with and how they have helped me. Anyway, before we get into all this, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Swati. I'm an executive mom power coach. I help moms of younger kids who work in high stress executive jobs to manage their spinal, that is back and neck, and nerve pain despite low energy levels and brain fog or lack of focus. I do this by giving you simple exercises, some easy lifestyle modifications, some tips and tricks that have helped me in my own pain and adrenal fatigue journey. Now, those of you who know adrenal fatigue would know it has a lot of symptoms. However, the two main ones that I had were low energy levels and lack of focus, or mommy brain, or basically you're not able to think straight, and it's also called brain fog. Anyway, so when you have these two symptoms, you know it is very, very difficult, not impossible, but very, very difficult to manage your aches and pains on an everyday basis, leave alone just the headaches, all your aches and pains. So I have been there, I've done that, I've come out on the other side, and here I am talking about some things that worked for me in the hope that it'll help you as well. So let's get into the topic for today without taking away more of your time, which is um, why does your headache keep coming back despite painkillers or even after taking painkillers? Now, chronic headaches can come from a variety of reasons, as I was saying, but the main ones that I have seen are postural strain, neck tension, and nervous system overload, not just your stress or your hormones. Be it physical stress or mental stress, or your hormonal changes that happen, that major hormonal shifts that are happening in our body probably every decade at 30, 40, 50, and so on. All right, so let's talk about painkillers. Painkillers can treat only the symptoms. Now, don't get me wrong, medication and painkillers have their own place. And of course, I have popped in a painkiller whenever I've had a headache. It's not that I'm saying that don't take a painkiller. What I'm saying is take that painkiller, get over your headache, but don't just shift it to one side and forget about it, because you need to address that basic cause, right? So your pain, your medication, um, it just masks the pain, right? So if the problem is still there, the pain will come back. Anyway, moving on. So you can, if suppose your pain is coming from your neck muscles, the joints in your neck, or basically from your cervical spine, you need to try and incorporate more mobility routines or movement and postural resets to address that root cause. Let me explain further. Now, what happens most of the times is even if you're working from home or you're going to an office, most of us are working at a desk, at a computer, with the head slightly forwards and shoulders hunched over. So let me just show you. So if you look at me from the side, so you see my earlobe is falling in line with my, this is the tip of my shoulder. So if you draw a line, my earlobe is falling in line with this. Most of us sit, when you're looking at a screen and you're staring at a screen, most of us are looking forward. So this is a forward head posture where my earlobe, if you draw a line straight from here, do you see how it's falling in front of my shoulder and not in line with my shoulder tip here? So this forward head posture, when you have this forward head posture, when you're staring at a screen, you tend to also round your shoulders in order to balance that head over your over your rounded shoulders. Now, what happens is when you have this forward head posture, rounded shoulders, it creates a lot of tension around your neck, upper back, and it creates a lot of stresses that you might not be able to handle. So over time, the tension creeps into your neck. Now, if you look at the upper cervical spine, okay, so let me break this down. So this is your cervical spine from your first vertebra to the seventh one. But if you divide it into, say, a upper half here, so this is your upper to mid cervical spine. So from about C1 to about C4 or so. So in these areas, if you have any irritation, any compression of the nerves that exit this, well, okay, let me back up. There are nerves exiting your spine at between every two vertebrae. At every level, there is a nerve exiting. And those nerves go and supply a specific part of your body. The ones that exit from your upper, that is from your hairline to the middle of your neck, so upper to mid cervical spine, these nerves go and supply the back of your head, side of your oops, side of your head, etc. So when these nerves are irritated, that headache that comes on originating in your neck but going into your head is known as a cervicogenic headache. Now, when you have that forward head posture, when you have those rounded shoulders, of course, there's a lot of tension that's created here. So it can lead to those cervicogenic headaches. So what you need to do is uh, avoid those repetitive postural stresses, basically avoid that forward head posture. Um, Try and set up your desk in such a way, move your screen closer to you so you're not straining forwards. If you have reading glasses, do wear them. I know the vanity factor comes in. It did initially for me as well. But then wear your reading glasses. Make sure your screen is closer to you. Also, you can take a movement break every hour. You can put an alarm on your phone. You can put a pop-up reminder on your laptop. You can get somebody else to remind you. There are many ways of doing this. Put a sticky note on your computer. You should know that every hour I'm going to get up and do a movement break. So I have written a blog which has the details of all these posture resets and movement breaks, etc. That blog has the same name. Why does your headache keep coming back even after painkillers? So that blog, I will leave a link to it in the description of this video. If you're watching me on Instagram, the link is in my bio. If you can't find it, or if you're a busy mom like me and cannot be bothered to find it, message me or drop the question below into the comments or say I need the blog or whatever blog. Just write the word blog and I'll send it to you. All right, so in that blog, I have also got another video in there which talks about how working at a desk all day can lead to neck pain and headaches. And obviously, it's got the solutions to that because just telling you why it's happening is not going to help you. You need to know the solutions. Now, another thing I want to address here is your nervous system might be stuck in an overdrive. Now, what do I mean? Now, when busy, high achieving moms, with your work, with your travel, with your kids, with your to and fro to classes, driving the kids around, all that goes on in the day, you're constantly on the go. You're constantly on and constantly in an on mode, right? You don't get to switch off till you actually hit the bed. Now, that low level stress signals your body to stay alert at all times. Staying alert is a good thing, but then your body is always switched on. It is not able to relax. You have two parts of your nervous system. One is your sympathetic nervous system. That is the one when you are in action, you're like always on the go, go, go. That is active, which is good. But when it doesn't switch on, as I said, the parasympathetic nervous system, which is your relaxation part of the nervous system, cannot switch on. This is the one where you are in a repair and rest phase. And that is where your body's healing kicks in. That is where you get rid of those aches and pains and the inflammation, and new cells are produced, the dead ones are taken away from your body, etc. Now, chronic tension becomes chronic pain without even realizing how much tension you're holding. So, if you do some gentle breath work, your nervous system can reset. You could try any of the breathing techniques out there. There are so many out there. If you don't want to do anything complicated, just breathe in, breathe out. And I have recently done a video on this about resetting your nervous system. I will again leave the link to that in the blog that I have written, the one that I was just mentioning. In that blog, you will also find the link to my course on simple solutions to manage your cervicogenic headaches. Now, this course offers practical, easy, and proven strategies that I've actually used in my practice. I have used it on my own self, and uh, they all work. And of course, this is not the medical management of things, so I don't talk about medications, but the non-medical management of your cervicogenic headaches. It has helped countless number of people reclaim their energy, their clarity, and of course, their pain-free state. So when you are in that state, you obviously can be more productive at work. You can actually engage with your family. You can play with your children without having that nagging headache in the background. So it's a complete game changer, really. Now, don't be fooled by the lower price of the course. It's just that I want it to be accessible to people. I don't want it so high priced that people can't get it. So I have left the link to that course in the blog as well. I will leave the link to that blog in the description of this video. Instagram, find it on my bio. Can't find it, message me, drop a comment below, and I will send it to you. Now, that's all I have for you today. If you have any questions, any comments, let me know. I'll be happy to help you out. Alrighty, I'll see you guys next time. Bye for now.